Let's see if this fucking game gets detected this time. Sources. Window didn't work minutes ago. Large game. Game. That's Epoch. Yeah, that's not good. Window again. Nope. Detects my mouse. It does not, in fact, detect action in game. Try game. Fix my model in a second. Oh, VTube Studio. My hand wasn't anywhere near the camera. Why did you spaz out? Okay, VTube model back on the go. Let's see. Game does not want to work. So, display. No, not that display. The other one. There we go. Frame rate not taking too much of a hit. Audio looks good. Head count. No one saying hi to Discord. Kick is operational. No one's around. One's watching Odyssey. And it's live. Twitch is operational. One person Twitch. YouTube. Operational. One person. Okay, chat. Chat is operational. Been a while. I just want to just see if shit works. Let's see. Kick. Message. Test. Copy. Send. New phone, who does? Let's see. Kick. Chat works. I just updated self-restraint, so I just want to double check. Odyssey. Odyssey test works. Twitch. Twitch works. YouTube. All things are operational. And double check. YT is indeed working good in stream text. Alright. So, go back to chat doc. Audio again good. Alright. Time to game. Actually, where the fuck am I? Outcast Town, I am supposed to be all the way up there. So, TLDR, last Epoch copied Grim Dawn's homework like Grim Dawn copied Diablo 2's homework. It's very telling that the last Epoch, the fan tool website is made by Dammit, who's the same guy who does Grim Tools. So Last Epoch Tools and Grim Tools are made by the same guy. So it kind of tells you it's like all the usual suspects from Grim Dawn have made their way over to Last Epoch, and this is pretty much just Grim Dawn again, which is fine. It's more of the same of what I want. It is more what I want, so it's not complaining, it's just observation. I also have a new streaming setup, which is move my table over a bit. I got my laptop pad thing from Walmart with my gamepad and my mouse, keyboard, microphone, and webcam for YouTube tracking. Is just a little over to the left, so tracking's not going to be super great, but it's never super great to begin with. Let's see, I'm playing my usual melee focus summoner. Goddamn, this is Grim Dawn. I've never even heard of this game. Yeah, so last Epoch has been in early access for like a year. It's been on my radar, and literally a day or two ago, the high seas, known as Fit Girl repacks, came through literally like a couple of days ago. And I was like, oh, okay, I'll play it, and I have, and it's pretty much Grim Dawn again, so which is fine. So I'm playing my melee focus druid summoner guy. I believe they're called. This guy is a primalist, and the specialization is the Beastmaster. I'm gonna finish the game with this guy as my favorite, and I'll make a necromancer next. I did not mean to pick those up. So this here thing is pretty much like the totems in Grim Dawn. It's like, alright, here's what you can get, here's your options. I just max in power and then take them out. Since this game has come out well after Grim Dawn, there's quite a few quality of life things. Like the loot filter is more robust. Like stash management's a lot more robust. It's just nice. I may buy it if it goes on sale, but I'll pirate it first to see if I get it. Yeah, let me grab you a link for it. Let me grab you a link for the version what I'm playing right now. Let's see. It. Bookmarks. Search. Sit. Copy and paste. Or stream text. Where did you find? Where do you get it if you want updates and stuff? I'll post it in chat if anyone wants to get it anyway. Where did you grab yours? I don't trust for the Rune releases. Intriguing. Let's see. Rune. He says. I've tried to use Pirate Bay for games for a while now, and there's never anything worthwhile. Let me see. Let me look for the one you have. Games, last epoch. Last epoch rune, top one. Yeah, better site. Yeah, like I found the exact file you got, but if you can show me what you use specifically, just to be sure. But truth be told, it's almost moot. It's a moot point because this is the current version. Like this is literally came out a couple days ago, so it's currently what's live right now, and. You know, like I got the character saves backed up, so if I were to transfer to another installation, I could just, you know, copy and paste the save files, which is nice. Yeah, I like 1337. I like LeadX. Yeah, no, I've never heard of. The problem with figure repacks is usually incompatible with runes updates. Okay, that's okay. Because like I only recently got back into pirated games, like maybe like a couple months ago, and stuff. And Figure was the first one I came across, and it was kind of good enough for a time. So knowing that rune exists, that'd be good. So Rune actually has updates. They actually update stuff. That's actually really good. I wouldn't mind playing a newer version of a more later version of Subnautica, the Subnautica one I have downloaded. I'm gonna actually search for that right now before I forget. Subnautica Rune. I'll get that on the go later. Nope. Search didn't turn up anything. Subnautica. Sort by siege. Nope, not seeing any Subnautica rune. I'll have to give it another go later. I'll dig deeper later. Yes, if you go to the latest patch, they will have what you need to download with links and comments to all previous releases. Good. Gonna bookmark the last epoch rune thing before I forget. Scroll down to games last epoch. Save. It's not always Rune, Razor, and some others still update games. Okay. Again, I've recently just got back into this, so something for me to pay attention to. Thank you. But for now, I'm good enough with the copy I have. So yeah, as far as story for this game goes, not really too much. You're just some random guy. The end of the world shit goes down. There's time traveling between different time periods. Yeah, you start off in the Divine Era, shit goes down, you get booted up to the Ruined Era, and you're just kind of bouncing back and forth between all these eras. Instead of acts, you pretty much just have eras. Even though narratively it's broken up into chapters. Calamity. Do you have minion damage? No, you don't. Me playing Diablo like skip dialogue, go for quest. I'll read and listen to the dialogue and story the first time around, but after that, I'm just mindless. I like experiencing the story and the flavor for the first round, which is what I'm doing right now. My one complaint is that my big thing with Diablo style ARPGs is the way the map works, and the way the map works here in the last Epoch is that the map randomizes every time you exit and leave. So if you take a waypoint to go back to town and sell stuff, or if you take your town portal to go back to town and get stuff, the map will reset. Like what you've exposed on the map will reset, and the orientation of the map will reset. But if you leave a bunch of items, like if you're full and there's a bunch of items, you can go back to town, sell shit, and come back. And when you come back, the map will randomize, but your immediate area that you left will still be the same, with the items you just dropped that you can pick up before, so you can pick up what you missed the last time, but the map will be reset and stuff. So when you're trying to find stuff and you're like trying to find like the next area and you're full, and then you go back to town, get rid of your items and come back, and then you pretty much have to start it all over again. I was going around in circles in this one dungeon, not a dungeon specifically, but in this one area I was going around in circles because I was getting so much crap and going back and resetting the map every time. And that was the instant where I realized, okay, I'm like level 30 something. Now it's time to start using the item filter, which is what I did. I started ignoring yellow items and put on the filter for my minion damage and stuff like that. It's procedurally generated or just the map clearing. It's kind of both. It's like Diablo 2. Diablo 2, it randomizes, air quotes, but there's only so many orientations. There's only so many orientations that the map will flip. So it's not like Minecraft procedurally generated, but it's like there's a number of set maps, and every time you enter in the map, it'll randomize which one you're on. So, like, the Fog of War clear resets and the way the map is. So, yeah. Every town portal, every waypoint, it will just reset wherever you're at. Which is why so it does pretty much. Needs a new seed every time. Effectively is procedural generated, but I'm kind of anal retentive. Like people are finicky with calling machine learning AI and stuff. I don't really care so much about that. But for my TISM is procedural, like pure procedurally generated versus a set number of layouts, and it just randomizes. This here is randomization. Seed random, kind of yeah. But yeah, the Grim Dawn loot filter is very bare bones compared to this. It's not this year. The loot filter for Last Epoch is not nearly as autism induced as the Path of Exile loot filter, which you can go to a text file and do all that shit. Like, let me go to the loot filter. Like the loot filter is very simple. Like currently, I only have one. All this and I turned into a Mac. Yeah. So I only have one filter on, which is my minion damage. So literally the only filter I have on is emphasize, that is capitalized item label of any minion damage thing. That's the only thing I have going on. And pretty much just ignoring yellows magics. It has to be rare and above for me to care at this point, because going back to town to sell loot for like very, like, you see how Commander Silver Amulet Evasion, that there has minion damage on it. It's nice that it allows you to do that. Yeah, it is. Ooh, Reptilian Helm of Life. That's one. But yeah, so pretty much like very quickly implementing the loot filter in your own preferences very early on to get back to town and come back to the map that auto rolls and stuff. It gets annoying, so I'm happy where I'm at right now with this. I hated the Grim Dawn useless loot shit. The Grim Dawn loot filter is, hey, Diablo 2 didn't even have a loot filter, so Grim Dawn's basic loot filter was better than nothing, but loot filters have come a long way, and I like the loot filter for Last Epoch. The built-in loot filter for Last Epoch is good. I like it, it's head and shoulders above Grim Dawn, no offense, butts. But it's not nearly as robust as the Path of Exile loot filter, and I'm okay with that there, because the Path of Exile loot filter is just ridiculous. This is a happy medium. I'm happy with the level of customization for this. Oh, there's also a neat thing, because in the stash. Okay, here's how the stash works. Stash is shared between all the characters. Each stash, unlike Path of Exile, where you have to get the real money currency and all that shit. In Last Epoch here, each stash tab costs in-game gold. And you can buy as many stash tabs as you want, but it gets progressively expensive each stash tab. And I like the stash tab because all the stash tabs in Last Epoch are kind of like the fancy stash tabs in Path of Exile, where you can rename it, recolor it. And here's the big thing for. Here's a big thing for stash tabs in Last Epoch, which I find really neat, and I'm surprised no one's done this before. Or if someone has, I haven't heard of it up until now. So here's how the stash tabs work. They have the stash tabs have their own loot filters. So you can set up a stash tab to have its own set of filters. So if the stash tab has a filter set on, say like I have like a stash tab for like magic, one for rare, one for elites, one for legendaries, one for sets, blah blah blah, which is what I have set up right now. And I don't have those in focus, and I just have like a random other tab, like a junk tab in focus. When I shift right click to auto deposit items into my stash, as long as those items meet the requirements, in my case I set up the rarity requirements. They'll go to those predetermined loot filtered stash tabs, and but it's not just quality of items. You can also set like what type of item. For like the in this game, Diablo 2 had charms. Diablo 2 had charms, which ate up inventory space. In last Epoch, the charms of this game, which are called idols, the idols have their own spot in the character inventory screen, and each space of the idol section will increase as you complete quests. And I really like this. I really like how Last Epoch does charms in this game. It's really neat. I like this. The crafting system is kind of like Grim Dawn-ish, where you get your items, you can destroy your items, and you can get materials to forge up your items better in the forge function. That's not that. Yeah, forge. So the item system is that I could like destroy this, or I could buff it with different items I already have, like all the different modifiers, and stuff. So it's a fairly robust system, but I actually do like it. I like this here item crafting system way more better than Grim Dawn's. Let's see. Grim Dawn runs great on Max 4 Max crossover. I can't believe this is my life, so this looks like it would run fine without me ruining the gaming desktop. Yep. I'm actually having a lot of fun with Last Epoch so far. Uber, I'll start my stream, then I'll call in. Okay. Oh, phone, why you beep? I don't care about SEG webinar. I'll pretend to watch it later. Alright, where was I? What else about Last Epoch? I don't know. Last Epoch is a solid recommendation for me. That's pretty much the long and short of it. Actually, you were right. 2DL, the Figgo version. It's the latest one. Rune dropped the ball. Yeah, but even if you download the Figgo version and stuff, it's fine, because once you have the game installed and you create your characters and stuff, you can play on their character, and then if you want to go to another thing, you just copy the files into an interim folder and just copy paste the character files over to your new one. You know how it works. Can I squeeze out a bit more space? Yes. Squeeze out a bit more space. Oh, camera. YouTube Studio. This is almost low-key why I don't use my model anymore, because my camera tracking is shit. One good thing about okay, so the end game for this here is kind of like it's not really Path of Exile maps. Well, it kind of is. Pretty much the end game for this year, you're kind of just running randomly generated areas. They're kind of like maps from Path of Exile. And this year also has dungeons, but the dungeons in Last Epoch are kind of like the dungeons in Grim Dawn, where you need a consumable key to get in, and the dungeons are roguelike in that you only have one go of it. So in the dungeon or the end game mechanic, you have one go of it, and if you die, you have to consume another item to continue on your to try again and stuff. But in the baseline campaign, Death has no drawback, and I really like that. I really like that about this. Death has no drawback. You don't lose gold. You don't lose experience. You just get kicked back. You just kick back to the start of the area. You don't even get kicked back to town. Like for example, how I said the map will auto generate every time you exit the area. If you die, it doesn't re-auto generate. It just kicks you back to the entry point. Like the current map you're on, it'll just kick you back to the entrance you came in on, and then you can just go back, follow the paths to where you were last time. And I really like that. So the only penalty for dying is just losing your progress at endgame content, which is fine. Yeah, damn, I need to work on my resistances. Holy shit. Those guys hit like a truck. Okay, definitely gonna go back down. Vendors over here.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's see. No minion damage. No minion. No minion. No minion. Minion. It's going to stash. Minion. Nope. 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 Minion health 3 then. Keep you. No minion. No minion, and worse than what I have. Nope. 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 Keep you. Keep you. Nope. No minion damage, but a set item, so I'm gonna keep you. Nothing. Nothing. Increase minion damage, and that's about it. Is it better than the claw? Actually, this is probably better than what I have right now. The claw, my current amulet right now, it's a unique brass amulet. 9 increased cast speed, don't really care about that. 44 health is nice. Plus 7 melee physical damage for minions, which is good. And the current thing that was carrying me to use the claw is that you can summon wolves up to your maximum number of companions. So the minion system for last epoch is kind of funky. So minion is a class of, it's your summons. So it's your critters you summon, and also your totems and other random little bits and bobs. But also there's a class of minions called companions, and companions you have a hard cap of 2. And since I'm playing the pet class, the primalist, I can increase my companion cap by taking certain skills and stuff, which is neat. And the wolves, this year you can summon wolves up to your maximum number of companions. There's a skill that I have. There's a passive skill that emulates that, so I don't need this anymore. Which means I have to double check. See if I got better. Let's see. Minion damage, but not that good.
Hello, how you doing?
Hey, Albert. Okay, let's see. Sources.
I'm doing the thing again.
Turn off spout. Go off reactive group. Yeah. Let's see, what did YT say? I'm trying not to buy the Oblivion remaster. People are saying it runs okay. Real 5 game. That's 3 gigabytes. Yeah. So was that their stream from earlier? It was the Oblivion remaster announcement.
Yeah, officially.
Okay.
Even though it's already leaked.
I don't pay super close attention to that stuff. Oh, YT. So I'm in my stash right now. So yeah, so each stash tab you buy, it just increases the amount of gold. You can just keep on buying them, which is great. And you can also have multiple like groups, like categories. You can have different categories in your stash, and you can just keep on adding them. And stuff. I just love the customization that the last Epoch stashes have. And so, like for example, here's my idle tab, and I have the tab priority set to just dump all my idols in it. And once I fill it up, I'll just get another one, and I'll just keep it, wash, rinse, and repeat. So like for example, I don't like right now I am in my junk tab. I don't have anything selected, so I'm going to just shift right click the belt, and the belt disappeared. It disappeared into the side item tab, which is really neat. So Uber, what are you playing?
Dark Messiah, stabbing people in the gut.
Neat.
Just kicking people around.
Let's see, A6 armor, comparable. Oh yeah, that's the reason why it's purple. Fucking okay. So the blue helm I'm looking at doesn't have anything in terms of really much stats, because on I forget what the hell the item ranking names are, but the purple one I got like 86 increased damage to me and my minions. It's like, yeah, I'm preferring that one. Like I just dump.
You just grab you, huh?
I was gonna compare. Gonna compare my amulets. Minion. See if I got any better amulets.
What turn of events, huh? Path of Exile screws up and now everyone's jumping onto a new game.
Well, okay, I've seen a few YouTube comments and stuff like that. So last Epoch has been in early development for like a couple of years at this point, and it just had a full release like a month or two ago. Like literally, this is version 1.2.
Yeah.
Like this just came out, but it just came out as a full release around the time the Path of Exile 2 is shitting the bed, which is funny.
Actually, it was actually the second season that just came out.
This is season 2 of the ladder, or whatever the hell they're calling their version of the ladder. What am I doing? Ah, yes. Let's see. Check my stockpile of amulets. Alright. Don't need the claw anymore. It only gives me 7 melee to damage to minions. Plus 13 minion damage, which is good. 11. 14. You're in the lead. 24. Ooh, better. This is why I don't completely ignore magic yellow items and stuff, in which why I'm glad I have my filter on to find minion based damage and buffs. Because some at level yellows are still good. Alright, 9. No.
And he's better now than her.
68 health. My minions aren't really hurting for health. But it has attack speed. 39 health. This is 68. 24 damage. 14 damage. Melee attack speed. 14 damage. 10% melee attack speed. It's nice. But my minions don't have health. So,
I should
final
have your chat on screen.
Yeah, the only ones talking is Whitey. Not terribly missing much. The chat you'd want to pull out. The chat you'd want to pull out would be the Discord stream chat. You want to use it?
Yeah.
Let's see. You can't run PoE on either the Mac port or my PC, the OG one. I don't know what's going on. Like I've already said my piece on Path of Exile. Path of Exile 1 was good until Path of Exile 2 came out. And I love it because the Path of Exile team said, oh, we're still going to support Path of Exile 1 even though we're throwing everything at Path of Exile 2. and they're definitely not looking after Path of Exile 1. I took a peek earlier and there's nothing changed, so support for Path of Exile 1 is more like okay, good luck having any more new ladders. They'll support it in the fact of they're not going to turn it off, and they're going to have backward compatibility for cosmetics, and that's about it.
I mean, they did I heard in one of the new updates they did experiment with some new modes and classes. So what was that all about?
Must have been after I paid attention. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Because I saw some guys in the video game thread talking about it.
Yeah, I know. Like I say, me going back to playing Path of Exile 1 was a moment of weakness, and I did not like Graninger Games after they got taken over by Tencent, and what they're doing with Path of Exile 2. I'm just sitting back and just roasting marshmallows.
Oh, hello, Stark. How you doing?
He's in, but I do not hear him.
Hello?
Yeah, there you are. There you are.
Okay. Okay. So we're discussing our
Nice to
video
have
game
more
crack.
people.
Yeah,
Oh,
pretty
yeah, Oblivion
much.
got cracked already, by the way.
Not surprised.
Oh yeah. Oh god.
Oh, YT.
Does it come with
Yeah,
mod
stay
support
back.
though?
What was that, sir?
Does it come with mod support of the Oblivion Unreal Engine game?
I don't know.
Yeah, give it a day.
I mean, I imagine it'll be a pain to mod it because, get this. It's the original game, Brio. They kept that intact, but they wrapped it around in Unreal Engine 5.
Wait, really? They didn't fucking build it from the ground up?
Apparently so.
What the fuck? Wait,
Imagine trying to mod that game.
Wait. So if there's a wrapper, there has to be a way to ping the fucking embryo, right? Like the embryo
There's
has.
no way they were gonna remake the whole game like that.
Oh god. I thought they outsourced it to the French. So they were like, oh, we'll let the French handle it. It'll be cheap.
My
was Singaporean.
expectations were low, but holy fuck.
Oh my god. Imagine playing Oblivion with no mods.
this guy off the ledge. There we go. How do we tell her to stay back? But yeah, 130 gigs. You wanna buy?
Hell no. I already have the original Oblivion. What I need to do Oblivion? I don't even like fucking the Elder Scrolls. I hate their melee combat.
Actually, what I did early today, like I was curious, so I went to GOG and they have both Arena and Daggerfall for free, so I just got them. So I'll try them out one day.
Oh yeah, there's a Daggerfall Unity. That one was, I've heard this.
Yeah, the remake and the original, like the fan remake.
Okay. By the way, how do I change my little like the whatever the fuck thing is called where you talk, the new image shows up and whatnot?
Fugi?
Yeah, oh, so that's what it's called.
Reactive. Look up Reactive by Fugi.
Reactive.fugi.tech.
Is it in the server by any chance?
Okay. Actually, yeah. If you go to the top of my administration streaming resources, and I got it. I got the link there. It's buried with all the rest of the links, but it should be near the top.
Okay, cool.
Dude. Shaders preloading for 20 minutes. Oh dear.
Yeah, it sounds about right. Yeah, you can run your game. You can run your game on the latest Unreal Engine and stuff, but it's not going to be optimized because the engine's not optimized. Yeah,
Nothing ever is optimized these days.
well, nothing's optimized these days. But my opinion on the Unreal Engine specifically is that it's garbage in, garbage out, and unfortunately, everyone uses it.
But the games are unreal though.
It's so unreal, dude.
Oh god. Remember Unreal was a household name?
I remember when it
For
was
a different reason and a better reason.
Well, I remember when it was the benchmark. Yeah, simpler times.
I'll just stick to play my old games good. Because old games are
like
still
always.
good.
I don't know, I'm playing a new game, but it's a new old game since, last Epoch copied and pasted Grim Dawn, which is fine. I cannot stress this enough. This is actually a really good game.
Oh, speaking of old games,
I was interested in it as well.
Yes, Ark?
speaking of old games, I've been playing Sword. I played a little bit of Sword of Eternia. It was something that I saw like on like a V thread, like either a hidden gem thread or like a DMC clone thread. Either way, it's interesting in the form of like how the combo mechanics is interesting because basically how you build combos and like super moves, you have to chain attack with your party members. So I thought that was good. I'm like, this is gonna be interesting. Let's see how this plays out in the next few hours.
Yeah, I can see that. I need the Unreal Tournament 99 remaster. Yeah, you'll need both of them twice.
For now, you'll have to download the original from old Unreal. Like, I was surprised Epic actually gave them their blessing.
Yes.
They said, you know what, you can host our game for free.
Well, that was probably a sales pitch. It's like, wait, we don't have to do anything? Great.
The most you get is an animated short.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of funny because Grim Dawn had a couple of cinematics, but they're pretty much effectively motion comics, and Last Epoch is the same deal. It's very like minimal motion comic scenes, but then again, you're not playing these games for like the story and cinemas. You're playing them for just a mindless point and clicking.
Yeah. Oh. Okay. Native port for Mac. I don't know about that. Someone's probably autistic enough to do it.
Just stick it in.
For now,
No
like,
lube.
you are on Mac, right? Like I know you mentioned Mac a couple of times.
Yeah, YT is on.
You can try
YT
something with wine.
Yeah, I figure the programmer would be ahead of the curve.
Yep.
Ooh, I just realized I have a couple extra slots for my idols. That's too big. Melee attack speed. Keep that one. Melee and cold damage. I don't care about the damages other than physical. Old Unreal has Apple Silicon ports. Eh.
Nice.
Basically,
No.
basically talking to myself. Sorry that most of us aren't Apple guys.
Yep. Murray is an Apple guy. Talk to him.
I was forced to use Apple for like one of my jobs.
Oh, what kind of is this?
Yeah, unfortunately it was... You know what FileMaker is?
No.
It's basically the database equivalent of Dreamweaver.
Yikes.
Huh.
Yeah, I fucking hated that job. I'm like, fuck, I need to find a new job. Considering like it was like my first actual full-time job out of college. So I was like, fuck, gotta get out. This is not a long-term job. This is not job security.
FileMaker
Just hate
was
their
a very long
scripting
time ago.
language. I hate their scripting language. I want to actually let me fucking program in JavaScript at the very least, or Python.
Hello, Amelia Zoe 1 over on Twitch. Are you a bot?
Wait, was this before? Wait, Columbo, was this before Apple bought them, or they were affiliated with Apple?
Is there a day that Apple hasn't bought everything? Actually, fuck it. I'm just gonna make. Okay,
There we go. Holy shit.
my one complaint with the stash filter in last Epoch is I wish that you could add a filter for damage type. So far, there's no filter for damage type. You have like your item type, rarity, the crafting bits and bobs for legendary and weaver, class requirement, level requirement, and item faction requirement. And that's it. I really wish it was a item type filter or damage type. Apple's bought a decent LLM, that's for sure. Hello. Yeah, all the major companies are just throwing their money around to see who's a bigger LLM, has a bigger LLM.
Is an LLM waving contest. Mine's bigger, mine's girthier.
Mine is more tokens.
No, my question is for a large language model is which one actually can say the N-word. That's the real winner.
I mean, look. That's how you know
one of the
they.
earlier ones before they filtered everything.
That's how you know we
Or
hit,
like
we
the
hit
older
through AI.
GPs.
If you could call me a beaner, then it's fine.
You can go to Hugging Face and try one of the smaller ones. You might get lucky. Actually, no. Now that I think about it, if the token, like the vocabulary size is small, then most likely they don't have the word.
Okay. I only used ChatGPT once, and that was for the Miyazaki stuff.
I use
And
it
that
all
was
the
all-
time. It's very helpful, actually.
Yeah, I skipped out on crypto. I'm skipping out under all revolution. I'm just being an old man.
Yeah, but the thing with these LLMs,
I
that
skipped out on the
they
game
are
stonks.
so these LLMs are basically like yes men, but you have to basically word your prompts in a way where it actually helps you rather than just gives you what you think you want.
I guess. Melee attack speed's still good.
What's Apple's LLM called, by the way?
I forget what they called it. Hello, Delilah 77. Doing good. LM Studio uncensored models and diffusion
LM
B and
Studio,
flux.
Can I hit these spiders, please?
The name is Apple Intelligence. That's a bit of a that's a bit of a misnomer, if I'm going to be honest.
Do I go to the Genius bar for the Apple Intelligence?
Well, you have to be a genius to work there, so I guess.
I got bows.
It's so bad. It has writing tools, and it can even fix a damn. It can't. I assume you say it can't. Yeah.
Damn it! And then I bet I can't help me with my essays. I could be like, I don't even know what. Whenever I write essays, I don't even know what the hell I written the next day. I'm like, what the hell did yesterday Stark made? Like, what the hell is this bullshit ESO shit? I don't even know how did I write this.
Essays can't help you with it essay.
Oh yeah, AZ codes iOS apps as well.
Oh yeah,
guess
funny
it will.
story about. So, during college, I had to take a computer ethics class and shit. But did I tell you this story? I think I did.
Maybe. Yeah, go ahead anyway.
Okay, so computer ethics class, capstone project was also my professor, same professor. So when it came to like, we go to a meeting for capstones and whatnot, and then she asked me about if English was a second language for me. Based on my essay, I'm like, look, I know my grammar. She cut me off and say, you have no grammar. I'm like, what the hell? That's a bit kind of rude.
A little harsh. A little harsh.
And everybody is scared of that woman too. Like the fucking person who's from Chicago is like, yeah, no, I'm scared of this 5-foot Jew woman.
I don't know. My mineralogy professor in university, she was like a little 8-year-old little woman and stuff, but she like ran the entire department and stuff, and she was friendly to work with and stuff, but she did not give a damn of what you think.
This professor has a bias for women because like there's not enough women. There's not no women in the CS graduate class or whatever the fuck it is. You know.
One of those.
So it's like she'll be nicer to the women to not scare them off. She'll be harsh to the men. Because I guess she knows that we can at least take the harshness. So it's like, no, everybody's scared of her, and like even the women know, like, oh yeah, we know she's being nice to us. I'm like, I'm sorry that you guys have to go through hell. I'm like, at least they understand.
Oh look, that's the Half-Life disintegrate effect. Nice. Well, this is a sortion after all.
Let's see, small, minor, single one. Humble stout.
Oh shit!
So I forgot how good Prey is.
The new one?
Yep.
Yeah, I was gonna say which one.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I played both of them. Prey one was.
I want to play the old one day.
The old one was. It was actually. It was like. I mean, look, I'm not going to compare it to the immersive sim. I like immersive sims, but yeah, no, it was a very fun concept that I enjoyed. Like, yeah, this is a fun game, you know. I love going through the portals, and you know, I'm in like a little mini world, and like, what the hell? I'm like, well, yeah, I'm talking about portals. Yep. So that was the portal stuff was fun, but yeah, no, they're both good games in their own rights. Look, there is no Prey 2. For both.
It just sucks that they had to call it Prey and not something else. Like I think I read that they wanted to call it the new one Nerve Shock, but
should have been called Psycho Shock.
That called it Prey.
Like you'd be like, oh, we got Psycho Shock, we have Bioshock, we have System Shock. Now we got Psycho Shock.
Wait, there's a Psycho Shock?
Oh. No, I was thinking Prey should be Psycho Shock.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's like. And I like to see Prey as a System Shock 3 that we'll never get.
I thought they were going to be a System Shock 3.
There was, and then Warren Spector left, and he's like, oh, Tencent's gonna do whatever with it now.
Oh, no. What's Warren Spector doing nowadays? Like, is he... Like, all I know is last thing he did was Epic Mickey. And I'm not a big fan of platformers, so...
And even in Epic, I watched an interview with Night Dive. He's like, I didn't like work at Epic Mickey because the teams were too big and there was too many like leads and then subordinates and all that.
Oh, too many cooks, I guess.
Yeah, it's like he has a point that teams get too big and communication becomes difficult. So that's why he prefers like smaller teams.
Yeah, like Suda51, he prefer having like to see the team as the whole team when he turns around, you know.
Yeah.
Like, you know, small teams, there won't be that much scope creep. You all have a general idea of what you want. Good, which one? 2 games after. What do you mean by that, Columbo? Like, you mean like what happens to like, you mean like Arcane Studios or just games in general? Like, why haven't they made like a new Prey? I asked myself that, but with Godhead. Why haven't they made a new Godhead?
I can answer the first question that the immersive sim genre is cursed as all hell. Like every time you make one, you sacrifice a part of your soul, or all of it.
Vampire the Masquerade 2. I have what the fuck is going on with that?
I wish I could tell you.
I don't want to know.
General's like, see, with Ion Storm, when they made the Thief and Deus Ex, they shut down shortly after. Looking Glass, they made System Shock 2. I thought
Daikatana killed them.
I think we got Daikatana. Yeah.
For what I thought, like, okay, they made Thief, they made Deus Ex, they made 2 immersive sims. So, in order to compensate, a completely separate dev team made Daikatana that killed the team that didn't make Daikatana.
Yeah. But
like
even
that,
like at the time, like System Shock didn't sell very well, like both games.
How the hell did it get funding for a sequel? How the hell did it get funding for a sequel?
System Shock 1 and 2, I'm not sure, to be honest. Like
if one
at the time, like it
well,
wasn't that hard to greenlight new games, I guess.
Back in the good old days.
Yeah, and then okay, so Ion Storm shut down, Looking Glass shut down, Arcane Studios, Arcane Austin, Prey didn't sell very well, and then they shut down after made Redfall.
I thought it was a different
What else?
Arcane studio, like Arcane Austin.
Arcane Austin made Prey, and then they made Redfall, and that's why.
Dick.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Speaking of like things were easier to be greenlight back in the day, I remember like in Tokusatsu, like everybody had their own Tokusatsu show when like the Japanese economy was booming. So, God. Now you're stuck with like Ultraman, Godzilla, Sentai. I guess don't get injured because apparently that's become popular enough to be good, to be like.
Full soy. Well,
Buying it.
Godspeed, and,
He's buying it. He's doing it. He's consuming.
remember that you can, as long as you don't make it 2 hours, you can refund it.
I eagerly expect and anticipate his long screed of how it goes.
You know, I'm reminded of like this one, the arena quest, the combat arena quest in Oblivion. I'm reminded that I can like make the champion of the arena lose his will to live once you tell him that, oh yeah, you're half vampire. God, that was fucking great. Forgot how you're supposed to get that find out that he's actually half vampire. I think it was like the Dark Brotherhood was the one who tells you, look into this area, find his secret, and then yeah, you tell him or not. You could tell him or not during in the game. Anyway, I made an orc commit suicide.
2 hours
Like
here,
it?
Pikachu. Oh, sorry about the refund, bro. Yeah. They designed it that way.
I don't know. Sometimes, well, I say Steam specifically, and Steam leads and the industry follows, and Steam's been pretty good with sometimes with their return policy. 18.82 gigabytes. Holy shit!
I told you.
That's a beefy
Get up
boy.
here. I know how to do this part. Holy shit.
I should be watching your stream too, but my attention
No, it's
span for balance.
I know you're preoccupied right now.
Yeah. Well, you're in the same boat, streaming and talking with people and stuff. So it's kind of just like the limits of multitasking.
Yeah. Okay. You're better off just waiting for Sky Oblivion at this point. They did say it was gonna come out this year. Oh, so let's go here, not there. Okay. Heard that for years. Well, I don't know. Well, they say it's gonna come out. I'm sure, like, seeing the Oblivion remaster, basically, you know, gave them the wake-up call. Like, you know what? We should get this shit done. Oh, look, I'm playing Thief now.
I should probably post. I just had the thought I should probably post your link, your stream in my chat in case any random person wants to see what you're doing. Where did you post it?
General.
Thank
No
you.
text.
Let's see. Copy. Go to OBS. Go to chat. And it should paste in every single one.
Now to make our way back. They really should remaster this game, but a lot of things don't get remastered. Turn out more quickly, endurance.
you a cookie before I forget, as is tradition.
Yay. Save reload, don't forget to do that. This game does have a tendency to crash because it runs out of memory often.
Like you do.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, I was looking for idols. Not the VTuber kind.
Fight this thing? I don't think so. Oh, burn himself. Very nice. Keep an extra shield. Oh yeah, there's another game I'd like to bring attention to. It's made by one of the former Bethesda devs, Jason O'Connell, if that name is familiar.
It's not, go on.
Relics of the Oracle. Actually, I'll link it here. Here you are. There are no videos on the Steam page, but if you follow his Twitter, he does post a lot of like gameplay clips, and it looks really cool.
Okay, what's the elevator pitch? Give me the elevator pitch.
Skyrim, but pixelated, I guess.
I could do worse.
Hey, but is it Skyrim with guns?
There, I can see a crossbow on one of the screenshots, if that's close enough. Epic adventure. Traverse mystical temples, haunted ruins, treacherous landscape to recover the relics. Interact with the world using a variety of actions like interact. Yeah, it's kind of like an immersive sim as well. A bit ambitious, but I have been keeping my eye on this for a while. But it's still, I think it's still a ways off.
Speaking of small games that people probably never heard of, so there's this game called The Vagrant. It's basically Vanillaware but at home for PC gamers.
Okay.
Vanillaware, that's familiar. Aren't those one of the...
Oh, the game is called The Vagrant, and it's saying I'm describing it as we have Vanillaware at home.
Vanillaware, the devs, right? Like,
I'm not saying it's a bad thing though. I'm saying like, oh no, this is like fun little short.
No,
game.
not bad thing. Like Vanillaware, like I've heard the name before. I just don't remember from.
Muramasa, Odin Sphere, Dragon's Crown.
Yeah, Odin Sphere. Yes,
Schreier
and Dragon's Crown.
was bitching about like the women are too attractive,
yeah.
and then the artist was like, oh, so you like men?
Barbarian.
Here's a bunch of dwarves. Here's some
Oh, that guy.
Baras.
Oh god, that guy was a legend when he did that. Okay.
Oh my god. And the thing is, that was just promotional. That was supposed to be for promotional art that didn't get used. So it was like, that's funny. Yeah, the Vagrant is a fun game. And also, there's like a one guy that makes me think of Snufkin, and he's getting red pill on the Academy. The Academy, they're a bunch of corrupt magicians. So it's like, I'm red pilling Snufkin. This is great. Is he the apprentice of this mage of the the main antagonist. So it's like, oh no, she won't do anything bad. She's a good person. You're an evil rune warden. Rune wardens are basically basically think of Kitsugiri, Kitsuru from
use
Fate
your
Zero.
words.
Look, I can't speak. I don't know Japanese. Okay.
Yeah, but I got you though. I got you.
Yeah. But yeah, like Emiya Kitsuruya from Fate Zero. Basically, that's what a rune warden is. So, oh yeah, it's fun. It's a nice little Vanillaware clone game. Because Vanillaware is full of a bunch of Japanese boomers. They're like, oh, they're gonna pirate our game. We're like, fuck you! I want to play your game, damn it. Like, Porygon might pirate your game, but I won't. Yes, I want to play, like, seriously, like, are Dragon Crown servers still up and running? Oh yeah, wait, you still need about these.
You need but yeah, they are still running. Like Ononomi was streaming it like a couple of months ago, I think.
I forgot
like
that you
was
need
using
to pay
like other pawns.
I forgot that you need to pay. Wait, pawns? Do you mean Dragon's Crown, not Dogma?
No, like I watched some gameplay. You do like hire other people's like characters to help you out.
Oh, okay.
Something like that. I'm not sure, but yeah, for PS3 you don't need to pay for online. For PS4 you do.
Oh. Okay, so is the PS3 online server still up?
Yeah, they are.
Oh, I'm surprised. It has been how many years? Bet you this is not
When did it come
paid. Like I'm on it. Like is this? Like how many years has it been out? Like the PS3, 2008, 2007? Oh shit! I'm far away. I am feeling the passage of time.
It comes for us all.
Yeah, no. Fuck, I'm tempted to buy a PS3 so I can play online. Yeah, I have a Vita. Either way, like one thing is like I want to be able to play Dragon Crowns but not pay online, you know. And that isn't stuck on like old hardware.
There are options if you're strong enough.
I mean, I already pirated the Vita version of it.
You know that which I speak. Okay.
Yeah,
PS3 games are very difficult to crack, weren't they?
Wait, what?
The PS2 games, they're pretty difficult to crack, weren't they? Like I never
they?
saw cracked games at the store.
Oh. I don't.
I only saw Xbox 360 games that were cracked, like pirated, but not PS3 games.
See. Let me see. There's a PS3 ISO.com.
Alright, thanks, demon.
Wait. If PS3 games are hard to crack, why the hell is there a PS3 emulator playing like a bunch of other games?
I think
guess
people figured it out, but it's just like I never noticed that much like pirating. But I think it's different nowadays.
I got those shitty Gundam PS3 games. Good for you, Pikmin. Good for you. PS3 games suck ass. I wouldn't know. The only PlayStation I ever owned was the one.
I forgot Bloodborne was.
I mean,
right?
it had good games. Like it's just like they didn't have as strong as a library of like compared to the two. But 2 is just unmatched.
Oblivion broke my Samsung T9 external SSD. There are so many small files that would give my 1 gigabyte connection at 107 megabytes per second. Holy shit, YT! Woof.
Hopefully you don't have anything important to save there.
Well, I guess he answered the question of if it was worth it or not.
Are you gonna get a refund at least?
RIP
I'd say
SSD.
like if you want to spend your money on something on a new game that's actually worth playing, check out Adam Fall for the same
That
price
the-
or similar price.
Is that Fallout the classic Fallout clone?
No, it's like it's kind of like new Fallout, but it's made by
Vegas?
Rebellion, the Sniper Elite devs.
Oh, okay.
And the best part about it is that it's only 20 hours, so it's short and sweet for an open world game.
Nice. Yeah, I don't need all the padding that comes from like doing nothing but commuting. I don't want that.
You got enough of that in your
Seriously,
life?
like, huh?
You got enough of that in your day-to-day life?
Oh god. I'm an honorary New Yorker, you know.
Hipka and I paid a Chinaman to mod PS1, bought his poorly burned games, FF7 and Xenogears. This too didn't work. Hey, you get what you pay for. YT, luckily all my work stuff is on the Mac. This gaming laptop is just a nice bonus. Yeah, but you want your nice bonus to continue living and not get choked out by the latest release. Insert our age-old commentary of optimization here.
And you go too. There we go. Ah.
I should probably, YT, I should probably explain how the skills and stuff work. Okay, so last Epoch copied Grim Dawn in that this is their passive skill tree. So you put your points. So unlike Grim Dawn, you have like your base points that builds up your stats and then allows you to access your passive skills. But here, you just put points in your passive skills and it moves the bar up. And as it moves the bar up, you have in your class you have like basic spells, but as you put points into your base class, you get access to not only your new passives and stuff, but it also unlocks new active skills, which is along the bottom here. And then once you have 20 points in your base class, so in my case Primalist, the Druid, once you have 20 points in, you go to a quest and you can unlock one of the epic classes. So in my case I got Shaman, Druid, the Shaman spellcaster, Druid's the more melee shifting one, and then my thing is the Beastmaster, which is my minions. And it's kind of the same thing. You get your point, all the classes share the points, so you can have as many points as you want in your base class and then your specialization class. And same deal, you put points into your passive skills, the bar moves up and you get new active skills. And then this is just your class stuff. So with your skills, like I said before, like your base class gets a base amount of skills, and then each of the specialization classes get other skills and stuff. But with your skills, you have 5 slots, and each slot unlocks a different level. 2 more levels I can unlock in our slot. So you can select one of your active skills, and you can it gets its own passive skill tree. So, like for example, my Summon Wolves, I have all these here different passives on the skill that I can select and stuff. So, like earlier, I had the unique necklace that allowed me to summon multiple wolves up to my cap, but I don't need that since I have safety in numbers, which is, the passive skill version of that item. And then I got my bear maxed out. And I like the bear.
It's already cracked apparently.
Russians better get on repacking Oblivion. Okay, so it looks like
thank you, Azo.
No, it looks like all the Oblivion people are coming out of the woodwork now since that announcement.
Here, go.
What was I saying? Oh yeah, so I like my bear pet because this here corner of his passive skill tree, any once I hit level 35, I'm going to unlock swipe, the swipe passive thing, and the bear, since he has this here point, any points I will put into my swipe, he will also benefit from. So the bear will be fucking knocking things like a truck once I get that, which would be nice. And that's how the passive and active skills work in Last Epoch. For anyone who's paying attention. Yeah, where am I going? Yeah, this way.
I'm surprised Oblivion doesn't have like de novo on it.
It probably does. It's just no one's talked about it yet. Give it time.
Okay.
Now I can make a necromancer witch build. Yeah, so actually I play, I forget if it was last night or this morning, I played on the, actually I should probably paste this, let's see, go to Epoch Tools, copy and paste. So this is the website I'm using. Last Epoch Tools. Like I said at the start of my stream, this website's made by Dammit, which is the same guy who does Grim Tools. So this is really handy and stuff. But yeah, so you can. So you start off with your like witch. I think it's called like Acolyte or something. Yeah, I think the witch in this game is called Acolyte. So you start off, with your skeletons and stuff, but then you can specialize into Necromancer, so you can have your passives in both trees and stuff. Now, as far as going into the other specializations, I'm not too sure if you can. I think you can. It just depends on your points, I guess, because I've seen. Actually, no, I don't think you can. Yeah, I think you're limited to one specialization per class, unless I'm mistaken. I'm pretty sure you're just limited to your one epic class, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Never mind about Oblivion. For some reason, my PC laptop is dying, of course. It's too girthy. Ooh, got a Twitch spammer.
Nice.
Hey, Kick's been pretty quiet today. normally I'm getting like a kick spammer like every 20 minutes.
I guess the Chinese boss forgot about you.
I'm okay with this. Which is kind of funny because I just reactivated my Twitter. Well, I didn't reactivate. I had to make a new account. Like I pretty much revived my Twitter account the other day and stuff, and I've already gotten like a shit ton of like bots and influencer follows and stuff, but not so much as far as direct messages yet. Give it time. Literally getting 5 megabytes per second downloading locally on my network while I'm getting full Wi-Fi 6E speeds on the Mac. Black magic, man.
Not supposed to go there. Dive blow. The Epoch like poetry or been racing us so the kick coins don't know what to do.
Wherein you're not playing China-approved Diablo clones like PathXL 2 or been racist enough so the Kikoids don't know what to do. Yeah, this is fair. Okay, so yeah, so I wasn't paying attention and I died, but like there's no penalty for me dying at this point. So I don't care.
Just headshot these fools. There we go.
Actually, I haven't really looked at the company that makes Last Epoch and stuff, so I'm pretty sure they're a small indie, much like Grim Dawn. They're a small indie team who aren't owned by anyone. Since
Yeah, I think that's their only game so far.
Yeah, they're a small indie team who crowdfunded the earlier bits of this year, and like I said, this is pretty much a Grim Dawn clone. So much like the gameplay, the story of the company is the same. And
so how long until they get bought out?
Grim Dawn hasn't been bought out. Well, I should say Crate Entertainment hasn't been bought out by anyone yet, and they're not going. They don't want to. And from what little I've read about 11th Hour, which is Last Epoch guys, they're kind of in the same boat of they just want to do their own thing and make a good game. And I respect that.
I'll say good for them. Like not many people actually. Not many people actually own their business and shit, so it's like it's good to see that.
Yeah, like I respect it enough that once I have once I'm a little more stable in my income, I'll probably end up buying the full version of this. And that's not in the cards right now.
Speaking of the people that still own their own company, man, I don't look forward to getting to Gabe Newell dying.
Yeah, Steam's gonna go to hell in a handbasket with the instant that happens.
Yeah. Unless you got a good successor, like, yeah, no, you own a literal money printer. Do not sell.
Or
yeah,
is it like PathXL where the whole ass difficulty is just a tutorial? Yeah, pretty much. Fuck.
I mean, the thing with Steam is like they have a lot of good people working there. It's just that they're on the game development side, they're not doing so hot. It's just like the Steam is literally the only thing keeping them alive. And CS:GO gambling, but that's not a story.
Well, CD Projekt Red wanted to do the same thing with GOG. It's like, oh, we're gonna make most of our money off our platform and then like put out like an odd game here or there.
Is GOG even profitable?
I don't know. I don't care. I don't look at those guys' financials.
I want to say yes, but then you think about the fact that they made promises of supporting as many games as they can to make sure they run on modern systems. Like, I don't know.
To be fair, they have been pretty good about that, but they're not infallible.
I just hope they stay that way. They don't they go the way of like. Well, what examples can I use?
They are choosing to not
good
make
companies
games,
good companies that you like. Yeah, formerly good companies.
Yeah.
But just obliterate all their goodwill with a few stupid actions.
Warriors accepted the Valve's a hardware company that gets their money from their storefront. Yeah, that's pretty much what it comes down to for them.
Yeah, hardware.
Half-Life
Definitely
3
want to
will
buy a Steam Deck someday.
You gotta believe in that they can count to 3. I mean, after like Half-Life Alyx, I'm like, why are they gonna play a new game or something?
I mean,
like after that,
Deadlock. Oh no, you're talking about new Half-Life. I don't know.
Yeah, I was thinking about a new single-player game.
I don't know. Regarding Deadlock, like I've seen gameplays, like it's very, very, very numbers heavy, and I don't think like that has wide appeal.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, okay, Heliporin, how you doing?
Okay, great. Okay, I was watching a stream, so I'm kind of like, I don't know, a minute after. The last thing I heard was Sarka talking about Half-Life 3.
Yeah, I was just mentioning deadlock and all that. Didn't miss anything.
Okay, because like the reason they did the whole like Half-Life Alex thing, one
Is it technical?
Yeah, I mean, one they're so into their like VR stuff, but it's also
It is.
it's also like pretty obviously that Mark Laidlaw fucked them over by leaking the script for Half-Life 3. Since it's very much like a, I mean, it's like they changed how the story plays out. In the
Was it that was so? That was basically just a reaction, like, oh, you releaked the story. Now we're just gonna change the.
I don't think like that's the real purpose for it, but I do think
It's funny though.
It kind of made, I think it made them change the story, like how it ends.
But I feel like
like
it came close to Alex, didn't it? Like the leak.
Yeah, but this when Laidlaw did the whole like how Half-Life 3, or like rather one suggestion for how Half-Life 3 would have ended. Like, of course, Mark Laidlaw isn't the only one who actually makes the story for Valve or anything, but you can kind of see where they retcon it because since it's, I mean, it's not. I was gonna say this is a spoiler, but since Half-Life 3 that story won't happen, you know, it's of course not a spoiler. But the whole thing, like, Alex would become the protagonist in the end. Like they're kind of obviously like planting for that by making.
Oh yeah, and then Alex is kidnapped by G-Man at the end, which does in fact happen in Alex.
Yeah, so they're kind of like setting up to do some kind of like remix thing with it, I think. Which I don't really mind.
So what you're saying is, the next Half-Life game will be the. God, I can't even finish that sentence.
What would it be?
I'm gonna say DEI. You know, like the Stone Cause comics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole like, yo, it's like, have you even played Half-Life 2? It's like,
apparently people were shitting up the farm thread about Half-Life.
oh,
It's like they're going through what the Kingdom Come Deliverance dude had to go through. So I was like,
I'm sure the thread commenter was very intelligent and well reasoned. It's kind of weird because like when you see stuff like that, like people unironically going like, "Oh, Half-Life 2 was a DEI game." Like I understand why someone would say that, but at the same time I realized like that guy was probably like born in 2005.
I couldn't
That's like a 20-year-old. So that's probably like why I has like kind of a warped perspective on it.
No,
That's kind of like hit me recently. Like, it's like, of course everyone's played Half-Life, and it's like, no, there's a bunch of people on the internet who wasn't bored when Half-Life 2 came out.
Well,
It's
my
like, yeah, of course I have like a warped perspective.
No, like my thing is that we have passed an inflection point in the culture war, particularly with video. We passed an inflection point where it's like, okay, yeah, like how do I put this? Gamergate 1 had a point. Gamergate 2 kind of shit the bed really early, in that it's like, oh, this is a DEI hire, this is a DEI game, Sweet Baby Incorporated and stuff. Yeah, okay, I get it. Like I followed it in the beginning stuff, and there was a point, but we've kind of like passed the point where it's like, okay, you're at the point where you're just reaching, okay. It's like people like Mark Kern, like and the rest of his grifters and stuff, like they're just reaching for anything at this point.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, sure, because it's like, I'm about as racist as you can be, like unironically, and I don't get like why would I get? It's like nothing to get upset about, like fucking Half-Life 2. It's like a weird example. Like it's very much not the like, you know, like.
Wait, you was being ironic?
Game or whatever. What?
You should get angry over Shadow Man.
Were you being unironic with your racism?
I'm always unironically racist. But like, it's like,
There's plenty of games to be angry about, like other than Half-Life. It came before Half-Life, like Shadow Man.
Shadow Man. Yeah, I was kind of angry at the frame rates when I tried to play that on PS1. So hellish experience. But yeah, I kind of like going back to Valve. Like I honestly don't really mind them not making games. Because they just kind of moved out of being a game studio, which is kind of like fine. They're like they're almost like too big to make games in a way.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like in a way, they're like the publisher of every PC game. So it's like, yeah, of course, there's a publisher, and the publisher releases on Steam, and there's the developer, but they're like the over publisher of everything now. So
Well, yeah,
in a way, like games are kind of below them.
Well, it's not that they're like in the publishing thing. They're also the platform, the distribution things. Like they are the market. They are the PC market.
Which is a bad thing, to be quite honest with you. But it's still like kind of like a fact, because it's the thing where like a monopoly isn't necessarily bad if it actually provides benefit to everyone. And Valve is still, I mean, they could at any moment become bad for us, because you never know when someone has a monopoly. But at this point, they're not. And also, I do think that like I do love the Half-Life series, and I do love Portal, I do love Team Fortress, of course. I do think that like Valve's hardware and like software contributions are more important than their games, though. Because like yes, I mean this is kind of like a consequence of me becoming a Linuxoid, but just the fact that like Proton is so amazing. Just the fact that like they basically like advanced gaming on Linux by like 20 years just by making Proton is like quite amazing. And the fact
So
that
if Valve goes public, is Proton getting axed first?
Probably.
No, because I mean, yeah, so okay. Let's like do the worst case scenario that they get. They for some reason go public, which I'm not even worried about that. It's like a stupid thing to worry about. Like even if he dies, it won't, because he's not the only owner. Of course he will like bequeath his shares or whatever. Like I don't worry about that at all. But like let's say the worst case scenario happens where like some real fucking scumbag buys them out, like some real shit company. Say fucking Tencent buys Valve.
I was thinking EA. If we're going worst case scenario, EA would be worse.
So EA is like kind of so irrelevant to me nowadays that I even like think about them as a possibility. But of course, yeah, that's also bad. But like say that the worst case scenario happens and they like what will happen when they open source stuff? Well, they shut down the team that works on it. Like you can't change the license at this point because all the source code is open. So it will still exist, we get less development, which is the bad part, like it would slow down severely. But it will still exist. And since it's kind of like where it's easier to build on something than create from the start. So Proton wouldn't die and people could build on what they have created to still improve it in the future. But of course it would suck a lot because Valve's and kind of like the Valve monopoly is kind of great when it comes to compatibility. Like not only Linux, but say controllers. Because Valve applies a lot of force to make developers like at least.
Them existing at all and being the platform, they don't even have to do anything. It's just like, hey, you want to be on the biggest market? Okay, well you're gonna have to. There's a baseline. Go.
That is applying force in a way, but I mean like specific things like you can say like old games on Steam have worse support for controllers and operating systems and stuff, of course, because there were different rules back then. But you do see other games nowadays. It's not like the fucking like early 2010s or whatever when the only controller you could use was an Xbox controller basically. Because ports would only support X input. Like now, a lot of like fucking big games support D input, which is the other like standard. Which, for example, if you plug in a random, Switch Pro controller, it would be a D input controller. Like stuff like that, and the fact that it's built-in emulation for different inputs, for example, is so fucking great. Like that's a great thing that Valve did, and it's also kind of like a consequence from them doing the Steam controller. They did a Steam controller and it was shit because it was just a mouse and a keyboard combined, and it was red as a mouse and a keyboard and nothing worked, and it was a shit design, and they thought that people were gonna play fucking RTS on their controller. And that was an insane assumption. Like how did you think that was gonna happen? One dying genre at that point, now undeaf at best. So what insane thing to market your controller towards. Two, going back, you're gonna get mouse control with this controller. It's like, okay, a fucking CSoid is not gonna start playing on a fucking controller. Like, that's never gonna happen. He needs his fucking 8,000 hertz polling rate that doesn't nothing snake oil. Like, he needs that shit. He needs to burn his CPU to the ground because of his fake polling rate. Like, he needs that. He's never gonna use a controller. But the fact that they did that and they kind of saw that, okay, you actually do need like specific wrappers and whatever, so let's make more support for controllers instead. And like, that's a great idea. Like, they despite being like such a cultish company in a way, like Valve is a lot like Apple in the way like they're like this weird shut off thing that contributes to things sometimes, to do like some public stuff sometimes, but it's still like a very closed thing that you can't like enter easily. It's kind of like secret, and it's very like founder worshipy. But I mean, it's really great that they would actually do it. They do support a lot of diversity in operating systems, controls and stuff, which I do love.
The one diversity that matters.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the only diversity that matters is that Linux works. That's my one diversity. Yeah, but yeah. Sure hope Oblivion works out of the box. I don't have to try it.
Did you not see Columbo's hard drive broke?
Yeah, okay, that's great. Like, fucking hard drive. I'm still waiting for the Russians to upload it. I'm waiting for Root Tracker. That's the one thing.
So,
I don't want to download from like scumfuck.ua or something. Like, I want it to be like one level above of trustworthiness.
That's a bit of a tall order in this day and age.
Yeah, I did play fucking Breath of the Wild, downloaded from some fucking Mexicans Dropbox. I think that might have been the scummiest thing I ever like downloaded. This is the skeeviest thing ever. Completely legit though. It was great. Got to play fucking Breath of the Wild 5 days before release.
The better Proton line get more macros, better with games, even if it's not natively supported. So thank you, Valve. Yeah, actually, he does have a point. Yeah.
Was the Mexican Dropbox link from Cuba? Oh wait, Takadachi.
No, it was an actual Mexican.
Wait, Takadachi is not Mexican?
I don't know, it's some kind of brown, but I don't know if it's actually Mexican. This was a Mexican. There was one of the guys who worked in like Walmart Mexico and stole a copy from the fucking from the back. It was so fucking fun. There was a bunch of that happening. Okay.
Oh, so you got it from a cartel member then?
I mean, cartel members like worthless cousin could hack it in the cartel's program. I think it's been like 4 Switch games that are fucking Mexican leaked before release. I think Demon X Machina also leaked from Mexico. I think it was Breath of the Wild. I think some fucking Mario game also leaked from fucking Mexico.
Well, no.
I don't know what they're doing.
No, it does make sense. No, it does. No, it does make sense because it doesn't. Isn't a lot of as far as the Americas go, like isn't like a lot of the game manufacturer for North America go through Mexico? So that would make sense why they get out first.
Yeah, because I think it was kind of confirmed it's been like stores, so maybe they get them early for some reason in Mexico. Might be there. Who knows?
Not true, yeah.
Sometimes you get the game in like a month previously. Sometimes you get hardware like months before it's released. Sometimes you get it a day before. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess.
Might be
Eventually,
the
cartel will fear the Nintendo ninja lawyers.
Oh, yeah, dude. What's worse? Who's gonna torture you the most before you die?
The cartels or Nintendo? That's a tough one.
Yeah, Nintendo's gonna plant like bamboo shoots under your fingernails and watch you die from it.
Oh, I was, speaking of bamboo shoots, I saw a torture method, and it was like you let you tie some dudes up, and you let the bamboo shoot grows all up to their spines and shit.
Grow through them.
Oh god.
Yeah, because you forget that like plants can penetrate concrete. Like going through your body is no issue whatsoever.
That's why. Fuck. I was gonna say like that's why rocks loose to paper, but then again that's pretty. Well, whatever. Same thing. There's a plant.
You can make paper out of bamboo, I think. You can in Minecraft, and that's a documentary.
Well, physical erosion is a thing, and plants are about one example of physical erosion.
Yeah, and it's that shit where like they grow upwards, like project a bubble of air, or whatever, not punch out.
Yeah.
Something like that. I don't know. I learned it like fourth grade.
I thought Pipkin. I thought Mythbusters debunked the bamboo torture. No, the bamboo torture was a thing. Like, I don't know what
kinds.
Yeah. Like
I do know that, like,
bamboo torture was a thing. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about that.
and I'm 100% sure that the whole like planting shoots under your fingernails was true. Because I think they did that at like Unit 731 as well.
What didn't Unit 731 do?
I do love the one where they try to like spread the plague by infecting like chocolate with plague bacteria and releasing it in cities. It's so fucking hilariously evil.
No. My favorite evil one was, oh, we cut off their arms and legs and they died. Oh, okay. It's like, what the fuck were you trying to prove? Yes, people die when they bleed out. Duh.
Yeah, people die when they're killed. It's the scientific method. I have to prove it. I do love the whole. They're like so fucking weird operations. Like I mean, I guess that's what you do when you have like an unlimited budget as an intelligence agency. You just do whatever. Because the whole thing where like the Japanese went like, what if we lace cigarettes with heroin and start sending it into China? Like, make every fifth cigarette a heroin cigarette and make them all addicted. It's so fucking hilariously evil thing.
So genius.
It's so fucking fun. It's like, yeah, let's lens it with Fent. Let's make Fent cigarettes and send it into China.
Okay,
It would be poetic at this point in time.
You know, it reminds me that I forgot which glowy agency, the one that tried to kill, try to assassinate Fidel Castro. Like, one of the things that they tried to do with, like, yeah, CIA would try to, like, kill him with, like, explosive cigars, like, gluing through shit at the UN.
Cigar.
And the thing is, they were gonna do it at the UN, so I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh no, the CIA had hundreds of missions to try and kill Castro. Like Redacted, I posted a few weeks ago. Redacted did an example of a small sampling of them, and some of them are just insane.
Oh god, they ended up getting like one of them was involving a woman, like a femme fatale type of thing.
Oh, they got multiple women to try and slip him poison and shit. Like the one, like for example, the one Redacted covered, it was literally like she had the pill, she was ready to go, she literally fumbled it, and got caught.
You had one job.
No, like he fumbled it, got caught, and he was like, "Nah, you're not worth killing. You want to fuck?" It's like, yes, sir.
Oh god! I thought one of those was like you came here to kill me. Like he knew what was gonna happen, and like here's the gun, there's a bullet, and it's like you want to go to take your shot? Like no, they end up banging.
Yeah.
I mean, both the fucking CIA and the KGB did try to do the whole like assassination thing with women. It's like a really famous case is like Sukarno in Indonesia, where both like the CIA
were any of them successful?
No, because both the CIA and the KGB, they both want to be allied with Sukarno, so they both like sent female agents like seduce him and spy on him. But it was so fucking obvious that he figured it out in 1 second. Like he always knew it because it was like, oh. They did like really shitty excuses, like, oh, a ballerina fell in love with him. Oh, this stewardess fell in love with him. So he would just like sell it to the embassies. He was like, you're not gonna kill me, you're not gonna convince me, but please keep sending beautiful women to me.
I don't think it was the same guy, but another operation I think it was definitely a different guy. Where Stalin was trying to blackmail some guy.
Tito. Yeah.
No, I don't think it was Tito. But whatever. Like Stalin wanted to blackmail a sex tape some guy, and he was like, "Neat, make copies for me. I want to show my friends."
Oh,
And
yeah, I think that
then-
was Sukarno actually. Yeah, I
Okay.
think that was Sukarno as well, actually.
Okay, so same guy. Then. Okay, yeah, I'm bad with names.
Yeah, but it was like, I mean, it's the kind of thing where like, yeah, it would just be a big dick move. Like, who gives a shit?
Oh yeah,
Like,
definitely.
They probably, like, it's one of those hilarious things where they kind of misread the country completely, because I guess they were like, oh, they're Muslim in Indonesia. I guess they'll probably be upset about this, and like one province will be angry. Everyone else will be like, wow, what a chad, what a big dick he has, powerful. Let him rule for 50 more years. Like, they will just be happy about it. I just love the Castro assassinations. I mean, the exploding cigarette is so funny because it is like fucking Tom and Jerry shit. Like, who came into the office of like the fucking CIA assassination division and was like, what if we painted a stick of dynamite brown and gave it to Castro? Would he smoke it? It's like, Castro is like, what the fuck?
I mean, look, it's the same agency that created LSD, so
I'm with Pipkin, the seashell one. So pretty much the story behind that one is they got their poison and explosive guy. It's like, okay, we're gonna make a poison explosive seashell, and we're gonna chuck it somewhere where he's gonna drill, and it's gonna be so pretty he's gonna pick it up. It's like no one. It never actually. It never got done. It never got done because like somewhere in R&D is like, this is stupid. We're not doing it.
Was there like some like pissed off exile Cuban who was like, oh, Castro is so childish. He's like an 8-year-old bro. He'll fall for anything. Like, is that why he kept doing this like retarded fucking Tom and Jerry bullshit? It's like, oh yeah, of course he's gonna pick up the seashell. It's so pretty.
Probably because one of the other missions, they wanted to slowly poison him so that his beard, like the hair of his beard, falls out. It's like the beard. Literally, the logic was the beard is the source of his power. It's so stupid.
Were they taking the LSD that they were making when they fucking decided this?
I mean, very possible.
Never say never.
God, I should have been glowy so that I can get free LSD. Shit.
Well, no joke. They the CIA owned the guy who invented LSD, so they had
I know.
They literally
He was a
had
Swedish dude, right?
Yeah,
No, Swiss.
yeah, Swiss.
Swiss.
Yeah, so yeah, they had infinite LSD, and effectively the majority of the LSD still floating around to this day is literally the batch they made.
Yeah, no one can make it
Wait,
anymore. I think
so
they arrested
this-
like the last LSD makers in like the 90s, basically. Like, no one can make LSD anymore.
So wait, does the LSD age like wine by any chance? Like, does the older it get, does it become more potent?
It's just like it's like most drugs, you know. It loses a bit of potency, but it's very like. I was gonna say it's very sad we can't make LSD anymore, but I mean it's kind of like kind of sucks a bit. I don't know why. Can't have LSD.
I probably wouldn't be able to. I would be too paranoid to take psychedelics, honestly. Like mostly because I would never know if I have like that like tar level strength of like the Hulk and whatnot. So it's like, yeah, no, if I'm taking psychedelics, I need like at least five big dudes to like hold me down just in case.
Yeah, but I wouldn't recommend it. I made someone who isn't me made LSA once, which is like a precursor drug to LSD that you can make. Probably shouldn't say the flower, but like it's a very easily accessible flower that one can get. That was just cool.
How did that turn out? How was your trip?
It was no fun at all because you're also supposed to since you like suspend it in tabs, you know, like LSD tabs. You suspend it in like Everclear or an equivalent strength alcohol, so you also get drunk while you take it. That was awful. I was just like being haunted by demons the whole night. It was fucking
I can
worst
imagine.
feeling ever. Just me and a friend like running through a fucking town, like afraid of every tree. It was awful.
It was like a Scooby-Doo episode.
Yeah, my fucking friend like knocking on random doors of houses, asking where he was. It was like, fuck, man. I was slightly more coherent. I've never been so afraid of being arrested as that time. It's fucking worthless. Like, he was much stronger than me, so I couldn't stop him from running up to every door.
Oh my god.
The life and times.
I only had one bad trip with some like special brownies, and it was basically I took like 15 milligrams of like gummies and shit. And this is my first time taking it. I'm like, oh, I don't even know what, like, not knowing that I should only take take it a little bit slow. I thought there was a living population on my knee, kind of like that one episode of when Bender was like floating in space, and like he had like a population growing on it. That's how it felt. Like, fuck, if I move my knee, I'm causing an earthquake. So I'm like, I swear I heard voices.
And on that day, Sark became God.
Unfortunately, I was not a benevolent god.
Living population. It's so awful.
Oh yeah, like. Oh god.
Have you ever seen the British Army trials of LSD?
I've heard funny stories about that.
There's such a great video because they were like, okay, what if we made an LSD bomb? How effective would it be? So they conducted like a whole army exercise where they selectively put LSD in the water and in the food for like certain units just to see what they do. And they did film it afterwards because they had like attached camera crews who were like informed of what happened. It is so fucking good. Because like people, some people just lost it instantly. Like they can't do anything. They just lay down in the grass, like watching clouds. And some people try to like use their weapons and shit. It's like one dude tries to mount his bayonet for like 5 minutes. He just can't do anything. He misses constantly. It's so fucking funny.
Yeah,
One
people
dude just,
people completely out of their minds trying to be soldiers. Yeah.
One dude like is a radio operator, like forgets how to use the radio, so he just tosses it off, climbs up a tree, and starts screaming at people. It's just so fucking funny. It's so great. Look, what a fucking hilarious weapon to like LSD bombs. We did do it in Sweden as well, and I think some people like scammed it because like a bunch of like doctors and shit just went to Amazonas and just got high on fucking ayahuasca. So, I mean, if I was a doctor in the 1960s, I'd probably done the same thing, but it's kind of fucking hilarious just eating every leaf in the Amazonas, seeing what you get high of, like licking every frog.
Well, you have to remember, pretty much everything that's artificial was natural at one point, and we just had to find it.
Yeah, it's so fucking... It's a wild thing to do. It didn't have much to do with Valve, but I guess it was a fun discussion anyway.
Yeah. When you talk about like 60s and 70s psychedelics, where you go from there?
Listen, moral of the story: don't do drugs.
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
Don't be Sark.
It's probably a good conclusion to draw from that. Like, don't actually do drugs. Bad idea.
Well, funny, we have Pipkin, aka Mr. Chugs, an entire bottle of THC in the chat.
Don't be Pipkin either.
It's legal, so it's not a drug. That's fine.
Okay,
No, but if we're going to use someone if we're going to use someone as the yardstick of what not to do for drugs, I think Pipkin outranks Sark just by a tad.
Yeah.
Look. Well, I don't know. I think schizophrenia, like having temporarily schizophrenia, might be slightly a bit more. I can hear the planet screaming.
You develop a tolerance. Pipkin is guys like you the reason why weed is so strong these days. It's like we need to breathe stronger.
Oh god.
No, like imagine getting like a big thing of weed, like getting a big thing of like weed from today and going back to like babyface Willie Nelson. It's like, try this. He'd be on his fucking ass.
Oh yeah, well we also have Moth, but I think he ranks lower than Sark.
In what ways?
I mean, he takes it far less often than you, but he does take it.
Smoking is about as eating it.
I was hoping it'd be an intelligence.
No.
Oh god, but yeah. I don't been do it too often anyway, so it's like more like a weekly thing. And that's only if I'm like not lazy to go pick up and stuff. It's like, do I want to go outside and pick up stuff? I'm good.
Doesn't drugs become boring when it's legal?
There is a psychological aspect to it, yes.
Because it makes it kind of lame. Makes you square.
Yeah, at the very least, I don't have to worry about being laced with fent.
This is true.
That is true. That is a plus. But isn't
what's funny?
Fentanyl more expensive than weeds? Aren't you actually making profit?
I don't know. But yeah, no, I remember I was talking to somebody. She was saying like, oh yeah, I did coke with a Jewish dude once. I didn't do it with niggas because they'll probably lace it with fent. I'm like, whoa. I was expecting it. I mean, look, am I gonna like say she's wrong or not? I mean, they probably would.
Might be a point to it. Yeah, true.
I see no flaw. I see no flaws in the logic. Yeah.
Like trust the Jews if you want to do hardcore drugs.
True. I do remember being at a nightclub once, and it was like, you see this Arab guy who is like covered in gold chains, and he calls me and my friend over, and these two like bodyguards take us there, and we're like, okay, are we gonna get robbed now? And no, it turns out we were like the only in the club. So he wanted to have us as a table, kind of niche thing. I don't know why. So he started like offering us watches and cocaine. He had like, have you seen that picture of like the one Soviet soldier in Berlin who plants like the flag on the Reichstag?
Yeah.
Where like the unedited one where it's like whole arm is just watches. This motherfucker had like Rolexes all over his arm, and he was take Rolexes off and offer them to us. I was like, okay, why are you okay? Or is it so prestigious that we're at your table that you want to give us Rolex watches? We didn't accept anything though, because we didn't want to be indebted to him. But it was kind of fucking just offering fucking cocaine like it was nothing. Don't want a Rolex. Don't want your cocaine. I want to leave this club now.
Speaking of cocaine. So this was like an anime convention at a room party, and the host ordered cocaine. So I'm like, I did it. And you know, I told a buddy of mine this in DC, like, yeah, somebody offered cocaine at this party. I'm like, oh yeah, no, I hosted a room party and somebody offered me cocaine. I'm like, what the fuck? When the hell did we start partying hard like that?
Well, like the hardest drug I ever encountered was literally my high school grad party. Somebody brought in heroin, and we're like, "Where the fuck did you get heroin?" Because I come from the middle of Cape Breton, goddamn Island, which is the East Coast center for weed production. And I was like, "Dude, you could go down and get a garbage bag worth of weed for like $20. Why the fuck do you have heroin?"
That guy wanted to fucking graduate from life, dude. Oh, fuck.
That's what we were all saying. It was like, dude, what the hell? We have booze and weed. What else more do you need?
Fucking high school graduation doing heroin sounds so fucking dire.
It was. We were all just flabbergasted, and it was his. He was the one running the party too. It was like, oh, I thought it'd be a good host and give everyone a good time. It's like, dude, no.
I had to stop my friend from doing cocaine twice at that party that I was talking about. Like the first time I gave him like a little heart to heart that, you know, you're doing good in life, you don't need to mess with this, like you really don't want to mess with this, and
Oh my god.
he stopped. Then the second time, I had to beat him with my umbrella like as if he was a dog shitting on the carpet. I'm like, no, bad, you don't do coke. And I was sober, so I don't even have the excuse of alcohol to like justify my behavior.
I'm so shocked that like American anime conventions are such fucking party places. It's so strange. Where it's like the lamest, nerdiest thing. It's completely you're not even allowed to in the conventions. Like there's no like bar or anything for adults. Like it's completely drug free. You're not allowed to. You're not allowed to drink. Like nothing. And then every American convention is like, yeah, here's the. So, okay.
Okay, well, American. My thing with American conventions and general stuff is the hotel sex parties. Like I always end up staying at a friend's place, so I've never encountered like the hotel room sex parties and stuff. But I've always been just curious. It's like how bad is it?
I do wonder because I hear about it like second hand a lot. It's so fucking like.
Oh no, yeah, me too.
That ever want to have sex is a fucking anime con hotel room, though. It's like
I know that's the thing.
The more my curiosity, you know.
Well, like I always heard the tales during the conventions and stuff. It was just like, okay, like I've seen things on the internet, I've heard people talk and stuff. I don't want to partake. I just want to. Okay, is it as awkward and stupid as I imagine it is?
I mean, like, okay. Discounting that, like, anime cons are one step below furry conventions, dude. Like, I don't want to know what I would fucking get from a anime con hotel room orgy. Like, what the fuck? What kind of interesting new diseases will the doctors find afterwards? Like, no, thank you.
Okay, first off, where would raves be at in terms of ranking? Would it be above anime convention or lower than anime conventions? But above furries.
To me, the same place, because we do have like all anime conventions do have raves here.
Yeah, that's the thing.
No. I mean, like an actual like house rave, like actual rave.
I mean, yeah, that those are pretty dirty in what happens, to say the least. So that's a good question. Probably be like more druggy, less
for sure.
Less diseased, perhaps.
I imagine it'd be a little bit more disease, at least slightly less than the furries, but more than anime conventions.
Maybe more diseased in the STD way, but like less likely to get a new and interesting fungal infection. I remember when I slept at a like camping site for an anime convention once. They did have like the rave, and it was impossible to sleep. And then you heard when the rave was all fucking dead. It was so fucking disgusting. It had rained the day before. So it was actually, you actually heard just clapping everywhere. Worst sound ever. Just fucking having to hear that. And right next to me and my friend were two gay dudes. So you had to hear them own asses in the fucking tent like, next to us. So fucking. The next day, one of them came up and said like, "We're too loud, were we?" It was like, I could hear your fucking asshole getting turned inside out for like 2 hours last night. You just were way too loud.
2 hours.
I never want to hear that any time ever again. Jesus Christ.
Oh Lord!
Awful sound. Ugh. I didn't need to remember that. That was a long time ago. That was fucking 9 years ago.
Core memory unlocked.
Okay, I can do without.
Well, if you were always curious, now you know what it sounds like.
That was the first time I ever saw a gay bathroom as well, where it was like just a non-binary bathroom. And me and my friend only used that bathroom because no one. So we had a private bathroom. And I almost got in trouble because I shouted to my friend in my what's it called? My bath towel. I just went out to my bath towel to the shower there. I was like, yo bro, join me in the fag toilet. right next to like a bunch of tents that everyone had gay flags and shit. They were not happy over fag toilet. I mean it was. So what's the problem?
I see no problem.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see a problem either. It was also the first time I realized that, like, I had never seen I had seen and talked to Fiyoshis before, but it was kind of strange when you hanged out with your dude and you could see, like, women giving you looks or whatever. And I was like, no, I don't want I know what you filthy women are thinking about us.
Yeah.
It's like, should I go up to them and say,
what
like,
do you mean
no,
by
what-
this?
Can I just
Should I go
ask,
up?
like, can I just
Should
ask, like, how did we even get here?
Should I go up to them and say, like, no, we are not gay? Would that, like, excite them? Would that just make their fantasies worse?
You
I don't know.
probably make them ravenous.
Yeah, I had to protect myself. So I would put myself in a self-defense situation. I did notice that I was at Anacon last year and was with the same friend actually. When we were in the artist's alley and there were only women there and like almost every booth had like fucking yaoi they were selling. I did not enjoy getting those looks again. It was like, we're two 30-year-old men. For fuck's sake. Stop staring at me like this.
We're bros.
Yeah,
Can't male friendship exist?
Yeah, we've known each other for like more than a decade now. We're not fucking boning each other just because we're in the artist alley together. It's like, fuck's sake. Fucking. See, that's worse. It's like, couldn't they at least look at me and be like, oh wow, what an attractive dude? It's like, no, I bet he'd look hot if he was boning his friend. It's like, that's way worse. That's a way worse fucking look to get for someone.
Sorry, Poria. Unfortunately, they think you're ugly. Don't worry, it
No,
happened
they
to us
don't.
all.
No way, I'm handsome, Devin.
Ah, the mind of a Fujo. Never want to
Don't
know.
No, I don't know how we got here, Uber. So it all started with drug talk, and it somehow
Oh, look,
spiraled.
didn't show up at the mere mention of gay.
Fucking
Okay,
YT.
I got worried. I took stream text.
I like YT. Even I got hit on by dudes on the cruise with my damn wife by my side. Can I buy you a drink? Sure, for me and my wife.
I have some editing to do with this VOD.
Is it not halal enough? Just.
No, just like a few slurs. That's it.
Just a few. You gotta pump those numbers up.
I don't
Wait for Jim
care.
on Odyssey.
Hey, I'm quad streaming. I'm quad streaming to all these services, and I don't bother to edit out slurs and stuff.
Or Uber's gonna have to talk to his imam this Sunday.
Get their attention, and I'm gonna burn them.
I do kind of wonder what an Arab AnimeCon would be like, because I remember the news when like the first Iraqi AnimeCon happened.
Oh, isn't there
There are
like
a couple. They do happen.
Yeah.
there's a Dragon Ball Z? Isn't there going to be a Dragon Ball Z theme park in Saudi Arabia?
I've never heard of that.
That's very possible since they do love it so much.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me.
I
no.
imagine like. Oh, sorry, Jenna.
No, go ahead.
No, I imagine like I've never been to any of the Comic Cons that happen here, but I imagine like I'd say they take your like the cons that do happen in America, but a lot more halal per se.
Yeah, it'd probably be like a European AnimeCon, whatever. Like it's less. Because there's nothing like really super perverted in European AnimeCons if you don't go to like the like sellers who have like 18+ stuff. Like it wouldn't. There's like nothing really.
Now I'm sure like they do vet a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Where's only Dragon Ball theme park?
I'm surprised the Mexicans didn't get it.
They don't have the money.
Yeah, they don't have the budget.
The cartel,
probably
what
cost
good
them
is your
car-
drug money if you can't
it'll co-
fund a Dragon Ball Z theme park?
It'll cost more than their GDP. That's the thing.
Yeah, no, I mean, not only that, it's kind of like you have to have people actually can afford to go to it. Since the fucking everyone in Saudi Arabia gets so much fucking money from the state, like basically everyone could go to it if they wanted to. Does look kind of sick, to be honest.
Yeah, the more I think about it, it's kind of just like, at least once.
I mean, it's kind of smart by Saudi Arabia as well, because it's like they have so much money, it doesn't really matter if it fails, and if it doesn't fail, like if I was like the fucking sheik whose job it is to promote tourism in Saudi Arabia, I'd take fucking everything I could. Like, you don't go to Saudi Arabia for a vacation. Like, if they actually build this shit, I'm a bit tempted. Like, I'm not even the world's biggest Dragon Ball fan or anything. This looks so cool.
Okay, I've only been to Saudi Arabia for religious reasons, but I think there's like a bit of a tourist scene there. Like maybe in Jeddah, Riyadh.
Yeah, I mean, I have like relatives and stuff that went for business, and then they've like stayed for a bit longer because, you know, flights and shit. But no one who's like, because people do go to Dubai for vacation sometimes.
Yeah.
But not Saudi Arabia. And so, though I have heard that Jeddah is pretty like nice place to be a tourist and whatever. So I don't know. Though this looks dope. Like I would actually want to go to this. What the fuck? 500,000 square meters. Does look cool. I kind of want to go to the Dragon Ball theme park in Saudi Arabia.
Is there an ETA?
Wait, but when did they announce this though?
This was announced March 2024.
Oh, so it's not done yet.
No. So they seem to be. They seem to at least gotten the fucking permits to build it. So. Common House Capsule Corporation.
Ooh, what's the name of the company that owns Dragon Ball? Shit.
No way.
Toei. Yes. Yeah. I have high hopes.
Oh my god, such a fucking like, wow, epic reference thing. But I would love to stay in one of the fucking capsule houses.
Read the sense.
I just hope their hyperbolic time chamber has a gym.
Yeah, dude, that'd be so popular to have a fucking gym.
Dude, they have the actual like sensu beans.
Yeah,
made out of something.
It's so easy to make all the gimmick shit. Dude, they can, oh my god, you've seen Taqueria Go. Now you have Kebaberia Goku. I would fucking eat the Goku kebab, dude. Ah, dude, it's so dope though. I want to go. What the fuck?
Well, I guess we know where we're doing the eventual Zencord meetup.
Yeah, exactly. Fucking Dragon Ball theme park.
Crush up those sensible beans and do a line off of Bulma's ass.
Oh my god. It's so stupid, but it's so cool.
Yeah, apparently it's gonna be like 2030 or 2034 or some shit like that.
Oh no. Or it's gonna be in his 40s and then his 50s.
No, I'm gonna be in my mid 30s.
I'll be in my late 30s.
I just don't want to think about the passage of time.
No, wait, did you say it would finish in 2030 or 2035?
It's 30 or 34. Like, it says like Is it hyperconverted? Oh fuck! Like somebody just speculating that like something 2030 vision and it says, "Am I open for the 50th anniversary or some shit?" So who the fuck knows? Either way, it's probably going to be a while before it actually gets open.
I mean, 30 is okay. 30 will be okay. 34 will be a long time to wait.
On that note, I've been streaming for a couple hours and I'm having a hankering for lunch. I'm probably gonna dip.
Okay, one last thing before I quit while I'm still here.
Okay.
Let's watch Lane tomorrow. How about that?
I am down for tomorrow.
Okay.
Are we gonna just have? So are we just gonna watch a few episodes, or are we just gonna like swamp ass the entire season?
Maybe it's long to do the whole thing.
Yeah.
Lane?
How many episodes is it?
Lane is 13.
Oh, so I do have another commitment. Like, depending on the time, yeah, I do have another commitment tomorrow. So
Okay.
I'm going to be
I
in the
can
office
catch up
tomorrow.
for the next one.
No.
Yeah, like Monday and Tuesdays and Fridays, I'm working from home and shit. So it's like,
Okay. Well. Well.
Okay,
Okay,
let's see tomorrow.
I'm okay with tomorrow. So we'll narrow like tonight or tomorrow. Tonight or early tomorrow, we'll narrow down the actual times thing. But like I'm okay with tomorrow. So I'm committed to tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so a few episodes at a time, right? So I could catch up for the next watch along after that.
Yeah, like 3 or 4, maybe.
Yeah, that works. How many episodes again? I don't know if you said
13.
that. I didn't hear you.
13 episodes.
Oh, great.
Yeah. So if
Any OVAs, movies, anything like that?
No, it's just
It is. Yeah, exactly. It is a TV series. That's it.
Yeah. So
Okay.
if we watch 3 episodes a session, that's like an hour. Like 3 20 odd minute episodes. So like 3 episodes would be an hour, and that would be digestible.
Exactly.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Okay.
Yeah, and I mean the fucking game is coming out in like 3 days as well. So that's gonna be fun.
wait, there's a game coming out for Lane?
Oh yeah, didn't they announce like a sequel recently?
There's like a fan project coming out, a fan game, officially endorsed fan game. 3 days, I think.
Okay. I'm gonna dip, have lunch, and then I'll send out the message for when. Well, okay. Me and Pauline are kind of like the tent pole of when we're gonna watch it tomorrow. But I'm willing to wiggle when exactly. But I'll set a poll and we'll see what turns up. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
All right.
everyone, thanks for coming. Take it easy. Later.
Bye-bye.